you don't know Jojo Siwa, where have you been? She went from being the rainbow dancer child star from Dance Mums to having a complete rebirth of her identity, presenting herself as a bad girl who does bad things.
Jojo! Have you learned nothing?
Bad things maybe meaning drinking on stage and then touching yourself to your audience? So yeah, that's right guys, Jojo Siwa recently went to LA Pride where she performed whilst drinking and ended up doing this. Now, I know what a lot of people are going to say. They're going to say, Katie, female rappers, male rappers, they've been doing things on stage since the dawn of time. That's just part of the act. But I feel like the difference is between maybe Cardi B or Ice Spice doing inappropriate things on stage is that her audience are not children. And I know Jojo Siwa did try her hardest to move away from a child audience, but I would argue that her audience is still heavily intertwined with the younger generation, considering she's only just transitioned from being a child star to a 21-year-old bad girl. I'd say maybe the change is a little bit too fresh to maybe masturbate on stage, but I think it is also arguable that technically she is no longer for children, and I can see how she could potentially hit us with that argument. She isn't actually for kids anymore. She's not part of Dance Mums anymore, but she's also a bit of a terrible person. Obviously, we know she was accused of neglect, her and her mother, when she was part of the XOMG pop group that was made after Dance Mums, where a disabled employee of that group came forward and said that she was pretty much neglected. But it seems this whole new theme of drinking in public is becoming quite prevalent with Jojo Siwa, as we're about to look through quite a lot of clips where Jojo seems to be embarrassing herself by getting a little bit too tipsy in public. So there we are, the famous dance that she likes to whip out all the time, the one that is very questionable considering she was a child dancer. But the main point to that clip is that she's not actually singing. Now, that's nothing new. I don't actually care to criticise her for not singing on stage. I mean, it's a Pride event. It's not like people have paid tickets to specifically go and see Jojo Siwa. And if you have ever done that, get yourself some help. She's casually in London M&S. I mean, I guess she's got the money to be shopping in M&S, but if I was in M&S, I used to work in M&S actually, fun fact. If I was in M&S and I saw Jojo Siwa dancing, I'd quit, I'd clock out and never return. I don't know why I showed you that clip, I just thought it was funny. So yeah. So going back to when the song Karma came out, I'm sure you guys remember there was a massive build up to it where she was talking about her rebrand. She's talking about how she's this new person and everyone's going to love it and people aren't ready. She kind of wanted to paint herself like the new Miley Cyrus, how Miley Cyrus had her transition from child star to kind of bad girl. It sounds cringe, but I just don't know really how else I'm meant to summarize it. She released the song Karma, which was a thing, wasn't it? And she had a lot of backlash where people turned around and said, hey, you said you wrote this and you didn't write this. This was already a song. Yeah, people were very angry that she had said that she wrote it when she didn't. So this. Here to confirm for you, I don't write my songs, I sing them. I have an incredible team of songwriters that write songs and pitch them to me to see if Zero want to make the song mine. Am I stupid? This kinda like when you buy clothes. You don't make it, but it's also yours after you buy it. They also always get their credit and of course their check. I do enjoy the writing processes. However, for me as an artist, that is not my speciality. So I like to work with different songwriters to sing their lyrics, add a feeling to it and ultimately bring the song to life. Loads of people are still arguing that she claims to have said when I wrote Karma. I actually can't find that anywhere on the internet. She did say when I pitched it, and I think that may be what people are referencing, although I'm not entirely sure. Quite frankly, I'm not really asked, because that then, isn't it? She, everybody knows that Karma wasn't originally written by her, and I feel like out of all the shit she's done, kind of funny. And you may be thinking, Katie, what else has Jojo done? Because it seems like you're shitting on her for ultimately not that deep of reasons, you know? Like, some of the shit she does is questionable, it is odd, but it's not It's not that bad. I mean, touching yourself on stage when there's probably children in the audience is arguably a little bit odd. But I also understand that that is something she could argue loads of people do. I guess it's just a bit different when it's at a Pride event and there are children around. And yeah, it's maybe not the best idea. I mean, I personally wouldn't do it. She also openly did content with James Charles, despite all his allegations. She openly supported Kelaine Ballinger after all the allegations came out. She's not exactly a great person.
Better. Wish I would have never effed around. Yeah, we know it. But it'd be your own
Here, let's try this one. Thou shalt not.
lie.
Thou shalt not.
Cheat.
Thou shalt not get caught or you'll
End up just like me. Can I get a picture? Ready?
I don't know what's worse, the fact that you're acting like this in public, or the fact that you're having to teach people your lyrics because they don't know it, or the fact that you genuinely put the words effed around in a song and you sing it. If you're such a bad girl, please can we just say fuck around? I mean, admittedly, I have to censor that because I need this. This reminds me of when you're with family and you're like at a family day out where everyone's there, your grandparents, your aunties, your cousins, your dad's brother's sister, and there's that one family member that just don't know how to handle their drink. That's what this is. Or the 15-year-old that's just gone to a party and got whack-faced on Strongbow's dark fruits or Smirnoff Ice. And she's going to wake up, well, she should have woken up and thought, hey, this drunk behaviour is embarrassing, but she didn't. She then did it again at Pride, which led to worse things, as seen before.
birthday. I'm drunk as fuck right now. Something with it. My bread I'm supposed to eat. I got punched in the eye. It was really bad, but I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. It's not liquor spread. Jojo. Happy 21st birthday to me. It's my 21st birthday.
Oh, I just realised she's American, right? So she's just turned 21. Do you think this is her first drink? Do you think that it seems like it? It seems like her first drink. And Jojo, I remember when I first drank, okay? We made some terrible mistakes. There's still time to delete this. You posted this. You know, it's not like in the other video where she's at Disneyland and someone recorded her being cringe. She actually set her phone up, posted this and thought, yeah. I specifically, well, I don't drink anyway. Because I don't know why I did that, but I don't drink anyway because I've had my drinking days at 21. God, me and Jojo are the same age. I don't drink, and one of the reasons potentially would be because what if I did this? You know, I like to think that I don't have this level of cringe in me, but what if I set my camera up and was like drunk talking to my followers on Instagram, or I went live on TikTok or Instagram and just started embarrassing myself, and then I genuinely have to just leave the world behind.
That was back when I wrote my songs. I don't do that anymore.
Good for you!
I write some of them, just not karma. Anyways, I wrote this song, and I know you bitches like it because 8 years ago when that shit came out, you all were my age too. You all were much younger. If you're ever having a bad day, I want you to remember that 12-year-old me was able to write a song that went a little something like this.
Do you think that like fans of JoJo are kind of there because it's like a cultural kind of thing? It's like we liked her when she was younger and now we still like her, because I don't understand. You know, we spoke here about how she has controversy. She's not exactly the brightest tool in the shed, the sharpest tool in the shed. That's ironic. But she also just has, yeah, she's just collaborated with some pretty questionable people. And I'm not necessarily one for cancel culture, but it does get to a point where you're like, I'm going to make a lot of assumptions about you if you're hanging around with people that are genuinely weird. Two people, James Charles, he got accused of doing some noncy things, and same with Kelaine Ballinger, she was inappropriate with children. Both of these people she's been fine to be around and fine to defend. It's very odd. So not only that, but also why would you want to go there to see JoJo anyway? I know this is a Pride event, but why would you be at the front screaming and being happy? It has to be a meme. It has to be fake. If you are, that's just You just need to stop. Stop doing that. You can drink. You drink. Wow. We don't care. Some of us have been drinking for 7 years. Yeah, it's just, again, it's just an example of how I think there's a very, very, very clear deficiency of PR here, because someone needs to tell her in her earpiece, Jojo, please stop this. Jojo. Yeah, again, that was when she was teaching people at Disneyland on her birthday. Why is she wearing that, by the way? What's with the construction worker fit? I don't know what that's all about. But that's when she was teaching people how to dance at the same time as teaching people the song, because people didn't actually know it because no one listens to Jojo Siwa. And if you do, that's okay. You'll get there eventually. Why would you willingly post this? Someone commented, this song helped me through life. I was in labor for 15 hours. I was in excruciating pain. Thankfully, this song was playing and the baby crawled out to turn off my phone. Thank you, Jojo.
Who is that?
That's Jojo Siwa, and she's drunk off her ass.
The other odd thing about this is Epcot Disney, right? And I remember going there when I was a child. If I was a child and I saw Jojo Siwa running around being drunk, I'd be like, I don't want to be here anymore. Yeah, it's very attention seeking. I'm not gonna lie. Like, enjoy your birthday, enjoy your 21st. For my 21st, I don't know what I did, but for my 18th, for example, I did get wank faced. It was in COVID, and I called all my friends and I got pissed, but I also didn't do this. I didn't post all over the internet for me to then look back and be like, oh, now. But in fairness, I do get right that when you first drink, you do embarrassing. I'm not going to shit on her for getting drunk and for being embarrassing too much. I do think it is embarrassing, but like, we've all been there and we can't act like that's the main issue here. The main issue is she's just an odd person, and I think she needs some better PR management, because touching yourself on stage at a Pride event is not going to help the right-wing orbiters in thinking that Pride events aren't weird, because that's the sad reality. There's a lot of discourse that right-wingers think that Pride is just grooming of children, which I think obviously is ridiculous and I don't agree with. But touching yourself on stage at a Pride event, Jojo, is not going to help that narrative. It really isn't. So please keep touching yourself for your own time, because that's what the rest of us do. There's no song that you have in your album that needs you to be doing all that. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Bit of a random one, isn't it? Jojo Siwa touching herself on stage. Lovely. And I'll see you next time. Or maybe I won't. I will. But I've got to keep you guessing. Keep you wanting more. See you later. That made me want to die, so...